Hi, Jurgen. Just first of all, I just wanted to check on Roberto Firmino. How ready is he to return to action this weekend?
It's not ready. Bobby didn't even start training with the team. It will happen some point next week when he will be back in training, and then we have to see.
Also, Jurgen, I wanted to check on Mo Salah. A few weeks ago, we asked you about Jordan Henderson's contract, and you said you were confident of it getting done, and not long after, it was all sorted. So how do you feel about Mo Salah's contract situation at the moment, and what confidence do you have that it will get done in the not-too-distant future?
Look, there is nothing really to say about, and especially not for me. I'm not involved. So, no. And it's obviously the only thing I'm really interested in, how Mo looks, how sharp he is, how committed he is in the moment. And that's absolutely spot on. He's really good. And that's everything. It's not really nothing to talk, nothing new to say about.
And with regard to Crystal Palace, obviously we saw their potential again, or realising their potential against Spurs. We saw the comeback against West Ham United as well. What difference do you see in Palace under Patrick Vieira now?
Massive, proper football playing side, I have to say, and he has obviously a clear idea how he wants to set it up. You can see that brought in new players, used them. I always said it's incredible how strong they are up front with all the players they have. Now Eduard came in, scored twice, obviously had anyway quite a decent goal-scoring record. Ayew, Benteke, the boy from Mainz, and Salah, obviously. So that's incredible quality. And now in midfield, Kouyaté back on his position, Gallagher. I'm not sure if he still can say he's a talent, even when he plays for U21, but he's a really, really good player. And then the third position, MacArthur or whoever can play there, they have it's a decent team and a really football-playing idea. Meanwhile, build up. So it's a change, and they will do well, I'm pretty sure. But we have to do well as well. So on Saturday, tomorrow, actually, and hopefully we can do that.
Okay, brilliant. Just before we go to you, Steve, sorry, I'm just going to turn the microphone up a tiny bit. It's a little wee bit quiet. There we go. Put that over there. That should work now. Steve Wyeth, yeah? Okay, from PLP.
Hi there, Jurgen. You rested some players in the week. You spoke about how important that was, bearing in mind you were going to be playing every 3 days. I just wondered, is that becoming an even bigger challenge for a manager, managing your players' fitness and getting the balance right from one game to the next?
Yeah, clear. We spoke a lot about the schedule, stuff like this. So, but this one is normal for us that we have 3 games a week. Is normal for us. But the Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday thing is a tough one, and so it's the shortest you can get in a normal week. And so you have to think about these kind of things. We did that. Thank God we came through. I really thought the boys did really well, and we will have to make changes again. That's clear.
And I know it's early on in the season, but when you look at the top of the table, have you drawn any early season conclusions? Not very many points dropped by the big teams so far, are there?
Yeah, that's now not a big surprise. I'm not really too much in the situation of the other teams, but for us it was an okay start so far, with some good football. The boys showed that's important, but that's how I said. If you want to be up there with and around or in the middle or around the really the top spot, then you have to. We cannot waste any points. Pretty much that's how it is nowadays in the Premier League, and so nothing happened. We just have to keep going, and I'm not surprised about results of the other teams, to be honest. They are all really good, so we have to be good as well.
Thank you, Steve. We'll go to James from TalkSport, Carl from the BBC, then Carl from Press Association. James first.
Jurgen, Sadio Mane has scored in each of his last 8 matches against Crystal Palace. Where do you feel like he's at with his game at the moment as he tries to close in on 100 Premier League goals?
Sadio looks really good, looks really sharp. I know we talk about these kind of things when a striker missed some chances, but that he has the amount of chances he had, the amount of finishes he had, that's actually the important stuff. And no, Salah is in a good moment, and yeah, he will get there one day. I'm not exactly sure how many is he missing now?
Sorry, James.
I think he's got, is he 3 away, but he's 1 away from 100 goals for Liverpool. So he could do that tomorrow.
Yeah, that'd be nice. To be honest, that would be really nice. Yeah. No, so, how I said, Salah's in a really good moment, physically, and I think mentally as well. So really confident. And so you can see that a player misses a chance. It doesn't look desperate or whatever. It's just, and he has a smile on his face. He knows, yeah, I could have done this or this better, and all this kind of things. So it's all good for the moment. But of course, Sadio is an exceptional player, so he has to perform exceptional. That's how it is, because this is the standard we accept from him, and usually delivers.
Carl Woodward for 1 or 2 from BBC.
Hi, Jürgen.
Hi.
I just want to talk about Divock Origi. We know how difficult it would have been for him being, sidelines, not being able to get to the side. But that performance he put in against AC Milan, what's that say about him as a player and a person as well to put in that display?
Exactly what you probably think now as well. It was absolutely exceptional. Coming in and playing like this is really good. It's really good. But it's like that. We play a lot of games now, but we train as well pretty often, especially now in the last few weeks when with the international break, Div was not involved in that. So he was with us and could train with us, and he could show up, and we could see which shape he's in the moment. For each player in the world, it's like that. You are not in all weeks exactly in the same shape, but he was really coming up and showed up in training, and that's why I decided to start him in the game. But then there's still the possibility that it's maybe not so easy and stuff like this, but he was really focused in the game. He didn't think about if he was playing the last 10 games or not. He was just in the game and played a really good game, helped us a lot, not only offensively, but defensively as well. But then the nice little chip for Mo was obviously an incredibly important moment. So really happy for him. He had cramps at the end of the game. We have to see what that means for tomorrow, but it looked really good.
And James Milner's back from injury. Curtis Jones played really well when he came on as well. Does that show the depth you've got in that midfield as well?
Yeah, it shows, but it's important as well because this is the engine room of our game. The intensity we can put on a pitch if we have a tired midfield that doesn't work. So that's very important that we have there the numbers and the quality, especially of the players. So yeah, they're all back. Some of them trained longer, some of them didn't train that long. We have to see lots of games coming up, but very good news that they're all fit in the moment.
Thank you. And just before we go to Carl Markham, we'll do the breakout, the Invido section next. We'll be able to take full review on that. So first thing first there, and then that'll conclude. So to finish the open section, Carl Markham.
Hey, Jürgen, just a quick couple if I may. Going back to the rotation thing, for 2.5 years, we basically saw Virgil van Dijk play nearly every minute of every Premier League and every Champions League game. Just wondering, in terms of, we know you're managing him, he's come back now, is that a short-term thing or is it a longer-term thing? So we're not going to see him put in those minutes in those games over the season now?
I don't know. I would rather say it's a short-term thing. It's we are still in, if you want, in the extended preseason, especially for him with the long time out and stuff like this. He was completely fine. He could have played, definitely. It was just for me. I want to be sensible in these moments now because I have to. We have what I said. I don't want to talk about injuries in the past, but it is like that. We had 3 long-term injuries with Joel, and with Virgil. And even Ibu had before, not maybe half a year ago, a long-term injury as well. So just they have, the quality is incredible what these boys have, and now we have to make sure that we have always a proper pair on the pitch. And for the weekend, for the Milan game, it worked really well. But it will not be like that I now always do exactly that and say, okay, Virgil is not ready to play for that. But I think we are early in the season, and it was the right thing to do.
And just on the defensive side, both Virgil and Joel could both play their 100th league game for Liverpool. Out of the 4 centre-backs, the senior centre-backs you've got at your disposal, Joel seems to be the one who's less celebrated, but he appears to be a piece of comeback from his injury and playing really well again.
It was now Joel or Joe?
Joel.
Yeah. Look, I cannot help people who don't see the quality of Joel Matip. That's true. He was a bit unlucky in the past with injury here and there. Maybe not always the most difficult things, but he's a big boy, a big player, so tall, and it can look from time to time a bit edgy or whatever, but he's an incredible player, and he was always an incredible player since he joined us at least, and so that's really good. But for him, it's the same. We needed the quality. We have now 4, 5 top class center halves, and that's good to have and necessary. But on that position, when you only have 2, then sometimes they play 10, 12, 15 games in a row. They are maybe able to do that, but if we don't have to, why should we then? And that's why we have now the opportunity to make there some changes, and from time to time, not always, we have to make that and hope that they all stay fit, and then we'll be fine in that position for sure.
Brilliant. Okay, thank you, Carl. Thank you, everyone. Now this is the embargo section. Just do the usual. So everything from here on in is at 10:30 this evening, Friday the 17th.